Yo, welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode of the Charlie Newhart Show. Like and subscribe if you like real content. If not, just get off. I'm going to eat this tropical trail mix. If you don't like it, get off. If you like real content, holla at me. Like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, man. You know I got major love for y'all. Giving y'all free game. You know I ain't doing this for likes and subscribers and views. I'm doing it because I just want to give y'all real content. I'm a servant. I'm tired. I stopped watching sports years ago. I think I really stopped watching. Remember when Draymond kicked LeBron? And it was this whole, like, he got suspended after the fact. Draymond did. And it was this whole ordeal. I stopped watching. I can only really watch maybe the fourth quarter, the last few minutes of a game, or highlights. Other than that, I don't have the ability to sit and watch an entire game because it's exhausting. And not only that, I'm hyper. I want to play. But I'm tired of the whining. I'm used to the 89-90 bad boy era. You know? Even 2004. When the Pistons beat the Lakers. I'm talking about the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups. Yeah. I'm used to bully ball. I'm just tired of these dudes whining. Not too long ago, the Lakers lost to Boston Celtics. And they just complained about the refs, and I can't believe the ref. First of all, y'all got a losing season, okay? It ain't been the refs' fault all year. Y'all don't have chemistry. Look, I'll say this. LeBron takes care of himself probably better than any other athlete I've ever seen. Pushing 40, not really a lot of injuries. He dedicates himself to the game. I'll give him that. Him and his wife, Savannah, the kids, I love what he's doing with his image and his brand, and he does represent the NBA globally. I'm not a big fan of him always saying, I don't never remember Michael Jordan saying I'm the best player in the world all the time. We get it. I don't remember Jordan saying that. He says it all the time. I mean, if that's part of his brand, I get it. A reporter asked him after the Boston game, how was it the best player in the world, not getting any calls? And LeBron was like, it's frustrating. I don't understand it. You got to man up, man. You're not going to get them all. You got a losing season. That's why I don't watch sports. These dudes are soft. It's a bunch of fatherless NBA players, man. And they tender. That's why I like watching John Morant. When the last time you seen John Morant complaining to the media about not getting no calls? He'll just come through and dunk on you. John Morant had a strong father. Still does. That's the difference between some of these athletes. These athletes that grew up without a strong male figure in their life, they tender. They're the ones that chest bump in a fight. Chest bump, and they brushing each other, and they pointing, and they doing all this woofing. Why don't you just fire on somebody, man? I'm not doing a lot of talking. I'm just going to fire on you. These athletes is tender, and it's tough to watch them, man. So you don't get a few calls. I mean, we all, to a certain degree, man, things don't go our way all the time. All right? I don't understand what the complaining is about. I don't understand why people are so tender. Okay. I got a book, 48 Laws of Power. Let's see. Win through your actions, never your argument. This is 48 Law of Power number 9. Win through your actions, never your argument. There is nothing worse than seeing grown men argue publicly or like over an internet site or like all the back and forth with LeBron after this game and all of these people complaining. I don't mind, I can get a certain level of complaint to a certain degree. But at some point, it's got to be action. You got to play through them fouls, man. Let me tell you something. I'm 6'3", 225, okay? There is no way I'm going to the NBA. I'm 45 years old, okay? I play some rec ball every now and then. I'm not the best athlete. I'm not the best athlete in the intramural 24-hour fitness world. You know what I'm saying? I play every now and then. I'm okay. But I'm going to tell you something. I play hard. I don't call foul. And I'm going to win through action, never through argument. Unless you, purposely try to injure me, then I'm probably going to slap you. No chest bumping. I'm just going to fire on you and have a track record to prove it. You foul me hard, I'm going in your grill. Flat out. So, all right, you want to see some footage? I'll show you some footage. How you supposed to play ball. Forget them trying to get calls. Very rarely do I call foul because I'm going right through you. Let me show you this. Football/basketball. Look at this.
I tell them, youngin', I got power, kid.
You understand that?
Up for me, you fall like the towers did. I'm just waiting for my nep to finish up his bid.
CJ, what up?
She asked me if I beat it, I brought a bib. You're rapping off beat when your timing is. How I put a with feelings time it is. Shining like my motherfucking diamonds is.
Shine.
You is my sons and I ain't got kids.
Daddy's home.
Damn right, I'm a father figure.
Father.
My pockets on roids, they getting bigger. She whip it till it's soft and they get tender.
She do that.
See that? I ain't nobody special, man. I'm just a regular dude, blue collar guy that hoops every now and then, but I'm going to win through action, never through argument. What's another one? Avoid infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. That's how you stay powerful. You know them people. Don't nothing never go their way. They never get to break. They can't stay consistent. Avoid them people, man. I'd go as far as to say I stay away from people who I know lying all the time. I remember a friend of mine years ago. He ain't my friend no more. This dude told me, I remember when we first met, we was having a conversation about basketball. He said, yeah, man, I was a starting point guard at Wayne State. I was like, straight up? Yeah, man, I was All-American in high school. I mean, dude had a whole story. Come to find out, dude can't even hoop. He completely fabricated this story. I'm like, man, since when do grown men just fabricate stories? Like, I'm not about to find out the truth later on. And then, man, at the tail end of it, dude was always calling me, asking me for money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm running the car lot. I'm like, dude, instead of me giving you all this money, why don't you just come work for me, man? I need some people to transport these cars. No, I got this other stuff going on. I stopped giving them money. Or I'm telling you what I'm notorious for. You call me and ask me for $200, I give you $60. Believe God for the other $140. Go hustle up on him. You a grown man. Here I am with 5 kids. You got 0 kids. You asking me for some money? You a grown man? Come on, bro. I don't mind helping you out in the jam every now and then, but I mean, dog, I got 5 kids. You got 0. A lot more of my time. I got 5 mouths to feed. And my time is way more accounted for than yours. And you got no money? Not only that, I offer you a bag and you don't want to come get this money? Be gone with you, sir. Be gone with you. Giving you no money? You soft. What else? Use absence to increase respect and honor. You in a situation, let me tell you something. One of my favorite verses in the Bible, it says, in a relationship, I'm paraphrasing, the joint supplies. That means in between 2 people in a relationship, there's something in the middle. That's what supplies. It's a spiritual dynamic when 2 people get together. The Bible says 2 is better than 1 because they have a great reward for their labor. One person could put 1,000 angels to flight. Two people could put 10,000. There's a multiplicative power of two. But there's a spiritual dynamic in the middle when you link up with somebody, right? And that spiritual dynamic could become tainted when somebody or both people start talking about the other person when they're not around. That's that weird energy you start to feel when you walk in a room. Like, what is that, man? We was just cool a month or so ago. Now the vibe is weird. When you not around, they've been talking about you. That's the vibe. So the way you increase respect is absence. Use absence. Here it is. Use absence to increase respect and honor. If you need 3 R's in a relationship. In a very healthy relationship or friendship, you need 3 R's: respect, reliability, reciprocation. All right. So if you start to not feel the respect, okay, it's time to stop showing your face as much. They counting you as common. Stop being around so much. Reliability, man. If you doing a whole lot, that's reciprocation too. You doing a whole lot, you're not getting nothing in return. You need to reevaluate that relationship. You know, reciprocation, reliability. You can't rely on this person. They ain't on time. They just won't show up. They don't value you. My mama said this all the time. When people show you who they are, believe them. So, what else? Do not commit. You know the one about never outshine the master. If you are under somebody, they're teaching you, they're showing you the game, don't bash them publicly. So much depends on your reputation. Guard it with your life. Guard your reputation. What's another one that I really like? Do not commit to anyone. Use a surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Recreate yourself. That's a big one, number 25. Recreate yourself. The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. Okay, you want different results? Take some time to take a step back and recreate yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. We have to do that every now and then. Just kind of look at our circumstances and our surroundings like, okay, I've been doing this for 3 years. This ain't working. Let me try something different. You know? What else? Think as you like, but behave like others. This is kind of what I have to do on YouTube. This is number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. There's so much I want to do and say on here. The funny thing is when you do too much or you get too out of bounds, you get punished. Like you'll be getting a whole lot of likes and subscribers and your page is popping. And if you say something kind of outside of the lines of the things you should or shouldn't be saying according to the algorithm, you'll get hit. You know, so sometimes you have to mask your words or what does it say, number 38? Think as you like, but behave like others. So I got a whole bunch of thoughts in my head. It's a whole lot of things that I want to say. But there's a time and a place for everything. You know, that's what I don't like about the post-game conference of when the Lakers lost to the Celtics. It was like, come on, man. You can think whatever you want about the refs and all that other stuff, but it's like, I'd rather you behave. Let action show. You ain't getting all the calls. And you got to lose the season. It's time to recreate yourself, Los Angeles Lakers. Never appear too perfect. Number 46. That's what's funny about being out here in California, especially Southern California. You got so many people that come here. This is what I'll say about Southern California. Great weather. Great opportunities. What else? Great weather, great opportunities. And then you get an opportunity to, you get an opportunity to build your brand globally. from California. You get a global outlook of your brand being especially Southern California. Works here, pretty much will work worldwide. The flip side of it, very crowded here. Super high entitlement. Because you got people, and I don't even think it's people who was born and raised here, but you got people who come here from all around the world. They were the big fish in the small pond where they was. And then they get here and they may have a level of success, and the entitlement is very high. And where entitlement is high, joy is low. So you got these people walking around with all this entitlement, no joy, and they're soulless. A lot of soulless people here. And, you know, it's funny, the claim to fame is, I'm telling you, man, Southern California, there's nothing like it. I mean, you like ski in the morning on the mountains in Big Bear, and then in the evening you can be surfing on the beach, man. There's nothing like it. Yeah, but you're in traffic for 6,000 hours trying to do it because it's so crowded. I'm telling you, man, you let an opportunity pull you here, but don't chase this place. It's a strange place. I'm grateful because I get an opportunity to do what I want to do, but I promise you I ain't going to be here forever. This is not a place to raise no kids, not Southern California. It's crowded. And then not only that, when you get a bag, and it's expensive. You get a bag, it don't stretch as far. If you was somewhere in the Midwest or something, or in Texas, it'll stretch a whole lot further than here. So just be mindful of that, man. You can grind where you at and let the opportunity pull you. And you know, I ain't gonna front. I have some great opportunities here. I sold a car to a dude in Santa Monica, and he ended up calling somebody and put me in a TV show. And I got pitch meeting from my other TV shows. It's like, I'm grateful. I'm just being 100. I just wish people would be real about put everything out on the table and let people choose. You know what I'm saying? Number 34, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. You hear that? Act like a king to be treated like one. So during the pandemic, the industry got a little weird, right? They wanted you to take a jab just to audition. And I said, you know what? I'm removing myself from that. I'm not going to go on this 6-month campaign, going on TV, going crazy about y'all practices, because I'm going to win through argument. I'm going to win through my actions, never through argument. Number 9. Okay, let me just pull back and get my CDL license and drive a truck. And in the midst of driving the truck, why don't I start a production company and start writing commercials, start pitching myself as a producer who writes commercials, go behind the scenes. And it proved to be very lucrative. I had a pitch meeting last week with a multi-million-dollar company for a commercial. You know what I'm saying? Now we cooking with gas. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm acting like a king. And not only that, I'm mastering the art of timing, which is number 35. Now is the time. Instead of complaining about a situation, okay, what do I need to do? Oh, now let me go around on the back end. Let me just write commercials. Do those. Instead of complaining about what's happening or the opportunities that I may or may not have, I have a set of morals. I want to stick to this. Okay, they're gatekeeping me because I'm sticking to this. Okay, well, then I'll just do something else. It's plain and simple. That's also, what was it? Reinvent yourself. What number was that? Oh, right offhand. Reinvent yourself. I'm a producer now. Now, if I get pulled in as to be an actor or something or a comedian, it's like I do that with stand-up comedy. Most of these stand-up comedians, you know, that a lot of them is broke. There's so many broke celebrities, it's crazy, right? So I do a show. I remember I did a show at I did this in so many areas of my life. I did it in my 20s when I used to do plays. I did a play. Dude was supposed to pay us. He was, at the end of the day, he had his head down and said, sorry, I couldn't pay y'all. I was pissed. I was like, okay. Trying to reinvent myself. Instead of me subjecting myself to these people who are doing live performances and don't have the money in the budget to pay people, I'll start a production company with my friends and do my own plays. And I did. Firstborn Productions when it was in my 20s. Me, Jermone, and Caleb. Jermone directed. Caleb wrote the music. I wrote the play, and we all acted in it. And man, that thing blew up. By the time I was like 24, 25, we was selling out churches. We was at college campuses, slapping. Now I'm paying people. And I never had an instance where I had to sit people down and said, sorry, I can't pay y'all. Because I had the money in the budget before we started the show. And that's how you're supposed to do business. If you don't have the money in the budget to pay your actors, don't do the show. Stop depending on ticket sales to pay people. You ain't got number one time to play me. Oh, you can't pay me? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to come around the end. Oh, you're not going to let me get an opportunity because I got to take the shot? Okay, cool. Well, then I'm going to just start my own production company. And I don't care if people on my set have the shot or not because I'm getting to the money. You see what I'm saying? But your man LeBron got a losing season with the Lakers. And he's mad and complaining on TV about I didn't get the calls. Come on, man. When we gonna man up, bro? Because you went through action, never through argument. Now, if you're gonna do something to raise awareness about something, cool. But if you harping on it over and over and over again, come on, man, you got to take some action, bro. Straight up. Stand-up comedy, same thing, man. People try to half pay you, or they try to give you 20 minutes, and then that 20 minutes turn to 5, and it's weird. The entertainment world's kind of weird. Like somebody will tell you, yeah, man, come through and do 20 minutes and I give you $300. And then you get there and the 20 minutes is $5 and they paying you $40. And like, I don't even like stepping away from my kids for $150, man. You know why? Number 34, be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king and be treated like one. You don't get what's fair. You get what you negotiate. And the way you see yourself is the way other people will see you. Now, if you're just starting out, you're doing open mics, stuff like that, I totally understand, man. But look, I've been doing comedy for 10 plus years, man. I know I can make an audience full of strangers cry with laughter. I know it. I've done it too many times. There is no way I'm going to let nobody hold me. So it was a few instances in the past when I was first starting out, I was learning the game. I was like, okay. And then once I started I'll give you an example. When I moved here, I had my own show at Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, right? And there was a lady running it. She was the manager. Her name was Crystal, and her aunt owned it. Her aunt was part owner. Crystal was super cool. I had my own show once a month, and I was packing it out, right? And then all of a sudden, somebody else took over, and he was a hater. He was a little dude, and he was hating. He was trying to tell me that. Because at the time, I used to take my shirt off during my set. You shouldn't take your shirt off. You should do this. He was just rule-based, which a lot of people here are. A lot of people, rules. No real relationship, just rules. And he was weird. And I was just like, man, I'm tired of this. And then he started messing with my lineup. And I got this. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go somewhere else. So I left there instead of this. You're talking about 6 years ago. Instead of publicly going insane about how I was treated at Flappers Comedy Club, I simply left. All right. What does it say? Use absence to increase your respect. Which one is that? Number 16. To increase your respect and honor, use absence. I don't have time for this. I'm not arguing with you. You're a little guy. You have a little man complex. You know, don't nobody really come to this place that often. I'll just leave. So I did a show at the J Spot in Inglewood and sold it out on Valentine's Day. I'm talking about by myself. It wasn't no crew, wasn't no other people. It was me and God. And I'm talking about not well-known comedians, some of my friends. We packed it out. You know what I'm saying? And then I got to keep the whole door. You talking about a payday compared to what I was making at Flappers? Killed the game. But if I would have been, oh man, Flappers ain't treating me right. Oh man, I need to stay here and I need to figure it out. Somebody got to talk to Josh. Man, listen, I'm not going to win through argument. I'm going to win through action. Leave there, went to J Spot, sold it out. Then the next show was the Comedy Union, sold that out. Why would I? It kept all of the door. So why would I do shows for $100. A lot of these comedians you be seeing all over $150, $200. Why would I do these $150, $200 shows when I can do a show and sell it out and keep the whole door? And then when you're really cooking, you do a show where you get everything. You get door, you get bar, and you got merch after the show. I'm in it for the bag. I'm a businessman because I'm a boss. But you win through action, never through argument. I don't understand. I'm still going back to this. Can't believe the refs didn't, best player in the world. I can't believe, man, if you don't boss up, bro, I would play every game like I'm not going to get no call. What happens if I don't get a call? I'm attacking the paint, they will call me. Okay, now it's time to recreate yourself. All that charging to the hole to get a call. This is LeBron's game to me. Charge the basket, draw in the defenders, and when you draw in the defenders, he kicks it out to the open man to pass. That's the way he wants to play, and that's how he wants the people to surround him, which is why the chemistry for the Lakers is not working, because you got him, you got Westbrook, you got AD. You got these guys who basically LeBron wants everybody on the wing. Let me charge. And then when y'all open, when they collapse on me, it's like, man, it ain't working. Why are we blind to that, bro? It's not working. I'm not saying he's not a great athlete. I'm not saying he's not a great man. I'm saying this system is not working, and complaining to the refs to try to make that system work. Los Angeles Lakers, when y'all gonna recreate yourself, man? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. I had to recreate myself in junior high. I was coming from a private school. You know what I'm saying? I went to a few different private schools growing up. I love my mom, but my mom was the kind of person that's like, if something was going on at the school she didn't like, she'd just pull us out and take us somewhere else. So by the time I was in sixth grade, I probably went to like 5 or 6 different schools. You know what I'm saying? Where was I at? First grade, I was at, it was a private school in Taylor. Second grade, I was at Luckett Christian Academy in Taylor. Third grade, I was at Inkster Christian Academy. Fourth grade, I went back to Luckett Christian Academy. Fifth grade, I was at Barth Elementary in Romulus. Sixth grade, I was at Hell Creek. So seventh grade, I'm in junior high. Now, I done had 5 or 6 different schools up to this, so most of these people in junior high, I really don't even know. But what I do know is that they made me acutely aware of the fact that I was wearing glasses and I had a big forehead in the 7th grade. So all through private school, it was just, I was like on the honor roll. I was a straight dork. I didn't even realize I was a dork till junior high. And I was getting blazed every day. That's what turned me into a roaster. I was getting cooked every day. Man, look at this nigga forehead, man. Look at his glasses. Not only was I getting cooked, I was getting bullied. And it was just, I was shocked. Like, wait a minute, man. I don't have a frame of reference for this. Chapter 2, California. You look like if I whisper your name at the gun range, they'll change all the targets to Mexican people. Did you know that 90% of sexual harassment cases against men never get reported?
Those are really good odds.
I felt violated. I never thought it would happen to me.
Recorded? Did you record it? Do you have it with you?
Yeah, it's on here.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Stop the interview. I'm done. This is it. Hey, Terrence. When you have a moment, could you come in here, please, to my office?
Yeah, sure. Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Just fitting in. Everything's going well.
Okay, that's good.
I'm kind of nervous when I'm going in the boss's office, so.
Oh yeah, I'll just relax.
Okay.
Don't even think about me as a boss. I'm your friend. We're friends, right?
Yeah, I guess we're friends.
Did you play basketball today?
In
In some gray sweats or anything? Did you do anything fun today?
No, I didn't play any basketball today.
No. There's some watermelon in there. Did you get some watermelon?
No, I didn't get any watermelon, no.
No. There's chicken too, if you don't like the watermelon.
Huh?
Yeah, it's Popeyes.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
No, it's in there.
That's like the third racist comment, okay?
Oh, relax.
No, there's no chicken. I'm not eating watermelon. No, what do you call
I've
me?
noticed you and your performance, and you've been doing a great job, and I just really want to recognize you for that, okay? So,
okay.
Wow, you're really tense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you just smell so good. Okay. I'm getting a little tingling happening.
I don't know what's going on here, but can I go now? I want to go back to my workstation.
No, you don't. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. And
I'm uncomfortable, man.
Relax.
What do you mean?
I want you to come over to my place for a little bit of alone time, okay?
What?
So I just watch. I don't have a gag reflex, so no. I don't. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that.
What the hell? Are you choking? Oh my God, you're choking. You're choking. Stand up. Come on, let me help you out. Stand up, right here. Come on. Oh.
Yeah, like that. Oh yeah, it's getting it out for sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. No. I shouldn't be doing this. No, I have a family.
We already started.
You
just assaulted me.
I did not assault
Yes,
you.
you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You just
Are we gonna go to my house or not?
You're
Damn
crazy.
it! This is really getting me going right now.
I'm excited to. That's why I'm gonna leave.
This is such bullshit. I just need you to
All right,
stay
no,
with me.
no, stop.
Just, where are you going? Where? It did not go how I wanted it to.
No more. Yeah. I can't even be seen with a dude like that. Shit. Let her give me that chance to see what happened to her. You know what I'm saying?
She don't like you though.
No matter. I'm gonna try anyway.
Hello, my name is Cody Barker. I'm the Academy Director at Source Trucking Academy. In case you haven't heard, right now the trucking industry is in desperate need of drivers, and they are paying. Our students right now are coming out of school with 80 to 100K plus per year jobs, and we're graduating them in as little as 2 weeks. Now, I've never heard of any other educational program with that short a time to value, or where the student is able to recoup that investment in the first few weeks of working. So come out to Source Trucking Academy, and let's get you paid.
Man, I got pushed by Rodney. I can't remember his last name. And I didn't do nothing. I just put my head down. I let that nigga push me. I was just kind of like, and who else? And I'll never forget Martez Gaston. Rest in peace, Martez Gaston. He pulled me to the side. He was like, Charlie, you can't let these people keep pushing you, man, and you don't do nothing, bro. Because what's going to happen is now everybody going to start picking on you. He said, the next person that pick on you, you need to make an example of them. It's like, when you go into school, public school in the hood, it's like prison yard training. These kids today don't know nothing about that type of bullying we experienced back then. It builds character. I took his advice. But I was like, you know what, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to really hurt somebody. So I put a lock. I was in class, and it was this dude I'd never forget. I forgot his name. But he was talking sideways in class that he was going to fire on me in the hallway when we got out of class. I was like, cool. So I had a lock in my bag. I took the lock, and I had the part of the lock around I had the base of the lock on my wrist and the loop of it around my hand. And I was like, man, when we go out into this hallway, if he flinched like he going to hit me, I'm going to hit him with this lock. I'm going to break his face. I remember I was wearing glasses at the time. I stepped out in the hallway. He was talking all crazy. Man, I'm going to do this. I took my glasses off, put them in my pocket. I had the lock in my hand, but I had it kind of like hid. I had my other hand over it. Then I was standing in front of him. I was like, what's happening? And he was talking all crazy, and I was just sitting there like, man, flinch like you going to hit me so I can fire on you. And he just stood there. He must have seen it in my eyes. It was just like, man, whatever, man. And then like 2 weeks later, I was in Miss Domaz's class, math class, And it was this dude, same thing. He was talking crazy. He was kicking my feet under the chair in class. I was like, oh, okay. He hit me. My pop always told me, somebody hit you, man, you get a right to hit him back. You ain't gonna get in trouble. So he was kicking my feet in class. He thought it was funny. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So when we got in the hallway, soon as we got out in the hallway, bro, I just dropped all my books. Man, I hit dude in his face as hard as I could, man. And he fell. And I looked up, I had hit him right in front of Mr. Kimbrough, the vice principal. And he looked at me, go to my office. No, it wasn't Mr. Kimbrough, it was Mr. Locke. It was Mr. Locke. I hit dude, and he was my social studies teacher, but he was like 2 doors down. I hit dude as hard as I could. Mr. Locke grabbed me and took me to Mr. Kimbrough's office and said, Charlie just sucker punched this guy right in the hallway. And I told Mr. Kimbrough, I said, dude was kicking my feet in class. And I was 100 with him. I said, man, I done got bullied a couple times. I ain't taking it no more. Anybody do anything to me, I'm firing on them. I'm going crazy. As a matter of fact, it was my birthday too. My mama came up to the school. I got suspended for a day. I told her the whole story. I was like, he was kicking my feet. I hit him. I didn't get in trouble. My dad was, he was proud, but I had to, man, I don't even know why I was talking about that, man. Was that recreate myself? I was winning through my actions, I was winning through my actions even then. I wasn't complaining, which I probably should have been telling my parents I'm getting picked on at school. And I don't know. I think when you're that young, you don't really have a frame of reference to what's going on. I was just kind of like taking the advice of the people around me, like, oh, okay, these people messing with me. I got to make an example out of somebody. Okay, cool. I remember the same thing happened in like 5th grade. So 4th grade, I was at Luckett Christian Academy, right? 5th grade, I go to Barth Elementary, and it was one of the most racist schools in Romulus because there's a neighborhood in Romulus called White Cloud. It was just basically back then, it was all white people, and any black people tried to move into that neighborhood, man, they would basically burn crosses in front of your house, bother you the whole. Now, I don't know what it's like now, but back then, White Cloud, it was called White Cloud. Black people didn't move in that neighborhood. People don't understand, man. There are a lot of areas in Michigan that are so segregated. But this school was super racist. And I remember I sat down. This was like my 2nd or 3rd day of school. And this kid named Dale Domaz, I think Miss Domaz was his mom, the math teacher in junior high. Dale Domaz sat across from me and he said, hey, let me ask you something. Why do all black people have beady eyes? I was like, man, huh? Yeah, you guys all got beady eyes, man. Why is that? And I just ignored him. I was eating my food, and he got up and left. I think about that now to the nerve of that dude, man. But when you in 5th grade, you doing what's taught at home. And I didn't really have a rebuttal for that. I was just like, he put his hands on me, then it's on. But he was a coward. He didn't really have the stones to hit nobody. But I remember he convinced Roger Maynard at the end of class, 5th grade, to basically start a fight with me, right? So we walk out of class. Roger snatched my book bag off my backpack off my back. As soon as he snatched it off my back, I hit him with the coldest right hook. Swat! He fell. I picked up my bag. I got on the bus. Right when the bus driver was getting ready to pull off, the principal jumped on the bus and pulled me off. Talking all crazy, saying that I was a bully and blah, 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 blah. So when we got in the office, bus leaves. I'm like, man, how the hell, I'm thinking like, how the hell am I going to get home? Call my parents. Told them what happened. And I'm telling him, like, he grabbed my book bag first, grabbed my backpack, and I hit him. I didn't get in trouble. I think my mom or dad went up there and went off on the principal. But when I tell you, I got suspended for a day. When I came back to school, he had a book fair, and Roger Maynard bought me like 3 or 4 books from the book fair. He immediately became my friend. Shout out to Raj. Raj was being influenced by someone, and he paid for it. And we was cool after that. Just like when, but you know what's funny? I used to get bullied so much, I ended up turning into a bully in a way. Like y'all know the story about Richard Covert. I hit Richard Covert for no reason. I bullied him, and he beat the dog crap out of me. Pulled my hat down over my face, and he hit me with some rights and lefts, man. And I could just remember saying, "Please stop." Okay, this is I shouldn't have picked this fight. We win some, we lose some. I've had a good balance of successes and failures. I ain't won them all. Richard Covert dog walked me, and it wasn't pretty at all. Especially if I'm screaming on the other end, "Please stop." That's not a good. It's not a good workout. But I think the culmination of being bullied, because this was the natural progression for me. I was bullied in junior high. I was fighting all the time, learning how to roast. And then as soon as I started getting a little ounce of cool, I got my contacts. I used to wear glasses. Got my contacts, playing sports, cancer diagnosis. Right? And that really drove me crazy. I think I went crazy after the cancer diagnosis. That I went from Walter White to Heisenberg. And I'm doing everything to get the money, and I'm wilding. I can remember going to parties in high school. This is after the cancer diagnosis. This is after the chemo port got pulled out and all that, like 11th, 12th grade, something like that. I can remember going to high school parties, and, it's a room full of people. And when you go to a party and there's like a hint of sex in the air, but people are too afraid to actually partake, but you can tell, like, man, it should be some activity going on in here, but people are afraid. I could always sense that, like, you know what? I know what to do. I would go upstairs I would go into the restroom, take off all my clothes, and then come out at the party in front of everybody. Like, where's the toilet paper at? I can't find the toilet paper. Anybody know what the toilet paper is? And that would set off the activity. I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but I'm telling you that I was completely out of my mind. I was living every moment like it was my last. When you come close to death like that, getting bullied, you want to die, right? But I went from getting bullied to a cancer diagnosis. I was completely out of my mind. Going to the party, get naked. And, the activity would begin immediately following that. So I wanted to show y'all a few of these books. This, growing up. Because, see, I wilded out for a while, but I eventually started getting back to my roots. And this is, like, going back to the Bible and church and stuff like that is always, like, my default mechanism, because this is how I was raised. The Bible says that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. This is my book. My mom found this for me. This is my Sunday school book. From 1987. I was like 9, 10 years old. And I was looking at my handwriting. Where does chapter 3, Jesus, the bread of life. What does the Bible say? Answer these questions by reading John 5-6. Where does Jesus attend the feast of the Jews? Jerusalem. Look at that. This is my 9-year-old handwriting in this book. And then not only that, I don't know if y'all can see this, like, I'm answering these questions, but I'm also drawing these little characters in the book while this is me at 9. Drawing. I'm just so grateful that my parents, even though I didn't want to go to church, I didn't want to go to Sunday school, and even though I stopped going to church for a while, and like the Bible says that the word of God cuts through everything, whether doubt or defense, and lays us open. It's a two-edged sword. So I didn't want to go. My flesh didn't want to go, but it was something there that was hitting my spirit, man, every time, because it was cutting through everything. So this is like a note to parents. You ain't got to always do everything your kids want to do. They ain't got to feel like doing it all the time. Sometimes you got to make them. And I'm glad my parents made me go to church. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a moral compass. I have a foundation to go back to. Some of these people, especially out here, man, they don't have no moral compass. I've never been around so many people who don't believe in God or Jesus or it's weird. It's another thing. It's really weird. But not only do they not believe, but they attack you for believing. If this is the type of person I am. If that's what you believe, I ain't mad at you. Believe what you want to believe. We'll sort it out at the end. I believe the truth, but I'm not going to argue with you. And I'm not going to fight you to convince you to believe what I believe. If that's what you believe, cool. What I'm doing works for me. And then you just watch the manifestation happen in my life. It's a good book. I'm so glad my parents had me in church. It's one of my favorite books. Stephen Pressfield, The War of Art. Break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. If you're a creative person or you want to, this works in business too, because you need to be creative in business. You need to really get this book. It talks about how your body, your flesh, just fights against things that really get you to the next level, and how you got to little by little work through those things to get to the next level. Remember, the part of us that we imagine needs healing is not the part we create from. That part is far deeper and stronger. The part we create from can't be touched by anything our parents did or society did. That part is unsullied, uncorrupted, soundproof, waterproof, and bulletproof. In fact, the more troubles we've got, the better and rich this part becomes. This is a good book for creators. 4 Agreements. Don Miguel Ruiz. It's one of my favorite books. What are the 4 agreements? Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. I think the second one really is one of the strongest. Don't take anything personally. Man, look. Somebody attacking you, you go, look, the refs ain't giving you all the calls. Don't be, oh, I'm the best player in the world. I don't understand why. Why you take it personal? Why are you taking it personal? It's time to recreate yourself, man. You know how many things I could have took personal when that playwright, when the people who wrote those plays didn't want to play me? I could have took it personal and stayed there. I said, no, you know what? I'm going to learn from this. I never lose. I learn. Okay, now let me do my own plays and let me learn from this. This dude was waiting on ticket sales to pay people. He's a grown, I was a college, man, I graduated high school, I was 17. So I was in college, I was 17. I was 17 years old, upset with this 30-plus-year-old man because he didn't pay us. So I learned a lesson from him. Even at 17, I'll never put myself in his position. I'm never going to do a live show and I don't have money to pay people in the beginning, or else I just won't do the show. So he actually helped me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't take it personal. Like, he just didn't want to pay me, man. He was hoeing me, man. He didn't want to pay me because I was 17. No, he was just bad at business. That's it. And it was a learning lesson for me. I could have took that same approach with Flappers Comedy Club. Oh man, I was running the show with Crystal. Why he doing it? I just left. I run a show somewhere else, sold it out, kept the whole door, made way more money than I was making at Flappers. Why? Why would I take it personal? Even though it probably was a personal attack because he was small and not attractive. But whatever, man. If that's what you want to do, cool. I'll go somewhere else, man. Now, if you want to throw hands, then cool. But I'm not about to, take things personal and get into a fight with dude. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to, what is it? Use absence to increase your respect and honor. I don't have time to be arguing with people, man. I'm not going to take it personal. There's so many situations that I could have took personal. It's like, no, could have took it personal when my manager actually told me he wasn't going to send me on no auditions unless I took the jab and blah, 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 blah. I could have just blasted him, went crazy. You know what? That's what you want to do? Cool, man. We don't work together no more. I'll go get some money some other ways. I'll recreate myself and become a producer and write my own commercials. Why? Because I'm a man, bro. We as men, we got to boss up. Especially if you got kids. Your kids is looking at you. And the way you handle tough situations, The Bible says people will know you by your fruit. And it's how you go through tough situations is your measure as a man to me. Anybody can be smiling and great when things is going your way, but what about when things ain't going your way? Can you make the pivot? Can you recreate yourself? Can you not take things personal? Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just one agreement, you can completely transform your life. With this just one agreement. You know how many times I'll be asking people, what do you mean by that? So when this and this, what do you mean by that? Why? What are you saying? I'm not going to make no assumptions. I need to ask you, what do you mean? What are you saying? Those questions will get you a long way. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. When you know you did your best, you could lay in the bed at night like, I did the best I could. One of the things I loved about the Deion Sanders documentary I watched, he said, you got to dominate to elevate. Dominate. You got to dominate. Everything that you're doing, he said, we got to dominate. And that goes into, man, I can really attest to that. In areas of my life where I didn't dominate, it was like, yeah, I won, but I didn't really dominate, and I kind of stayed stagnant. But the areas of my life where I actually elevated, I crushed everybody. And not only that, I crushed the enemy within myself. That's what this book talks about, the war of art. You got to face yourself. Sometimes our biggest enemy is ourselves. And it's hard for us to get started on certain things. That's why I believe in Zechariah 4:10. In the Bible, it says to start small and the seven spirits of God to come help you. You ain't been working out for 6 months. Don't try to immediately, I'm about to start working out 3 hours a day, 8 days a week. Come on, bro. Start small. If you ain't been working out for 6 months, now just get in there 3 days a week, 15 minutes a day. Start small. The Bible promises when you start small, the seven angels will come help you. If you're willing to start small. A lot of people are not willing to start small. You know what I'm saying? You're having a tough time trying to face yourself fast. Stop eating a few days a week. Take some cold showers. There's definitely some ways to get you on track, but doing a little bit every day. Most people that I talk to, like starring roles in TV shows, very successful people, that's what they preach. I just make sure I do a little bit every day, even if it's just 5 minutes. Even down if you want to get a six-pack. Get up in the morning before you brush your teeth and just do 1 minute of planks. Get in a plank position for 1 minute every morning. 1 minute, but do it every single morning. 30 days, that belly will start going down. It's another one of my favorite books. I saw this white dude reading this on an airplane like 15 years ago. And I asked him a bunch of questions about it. And it sparked something in me because I was like, there's no way I'm going to have this white dude going to know more about me than me. This is an excellent book because ultimately this is really as much when white people say racism is over. I don't know what it's talking about. I don't know what you guys mean. I heard this pastor say this, last year. White people, I don't understand what you mean. Black people, you guys are free now. Okay, but you got a head start, my mans. Y'all ever seen Gladiator? Remember when Russell Crowe was fighting Joaquin Phoenix? And before Joaquin Phoenix fought him, he stabbed Russell Crowe in the side a couple times to where it was an uneven fight, and then put armor on him and fought him. That's what happened with us. Get in there and fight, guys. Everything's equal. No, you stabbed us in the side and put armor on us, and now we fighting, but it's not a fair fight because you got the advantage. You done bought up all the property. You got laws in place that prevent us from, buying certain property and advancing to a certain level. We can't even vote. You know what I'm saying? We getting beat up on the way to go do stuff, and it's like, you got the head start, but you guys are free. Everything's cool. This book is lit. And again, it's not white people. It's a system. There are certain systems in place that are demonic. My problem is with a system, not with a person. Look at me, man. It's white people in my family, man. I ain't mad at white people. But there is a system in place. And, white people were given a head start because of this system. This book is lit. Getting a decent middle-class American education. Whew. Where people choose to live. Man, this book, get this book. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but get this book, man. Like I said, I'm giving real game. I ain't even got my Amazon stuff set up yet where I can make money off these links. I ain't making money off suggesting this stuff to y'all. And the little bit of money that I'm making off of YouTube right now, it ain't nothing compared to the commercials and TV show residual checks, which I'm totally grateful for. I'm doing this. It's just free game. Like and subscribe and share if you like real content, or if you know somebody that can be blessed by it. Because I'm basically, okay, here's the biblical principle. Matthew 7 says, basically, what you want done for you, do it for other people. And all the law of the prophets depend on that principle. Meaning, basically, everything in the Bible depends on what you want other people to do for you, do it for them. And that's what I want. I want to be able to I want to get game. Everywhere I go, I want somebody to pull me to the side, put me up on something that I don't know, or like somebody to take me under their wing. And it happens so many times when I get on TV shows and when I get on projects, it seems like there's always somebody that grabs me to put me under their wing and give me game. Hey, Charlie, this is da-da-da-da-da. And you know why I attract that? Because I give it. I give it. I'm giving game, and it's out of love. I got a pure heart. I got gracious speech, pure heart. And because of that, I'm going to have the king for my friend. So I'm just giving y'all game because I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Look. So hit the website, ilovecharlienewhart.com. Got my comedy special, ebook, and Roasted in Public on there. Remember, Source Trucking Academy. All these schools is charging $8,000 for your CDL license. Source Trucking Academy, $3,800, man. You have your license in 2 weeks, be making 6 figures. I love y'all because I love myself. Stay classy. Chapter 2, California. You look like if I whisper your name at the gun range, they'd change all the targets to Mexican people.